Hello everyone, welcome to Dry Write. This is Pack 365. Myself Sujin. So in this session, we are going to learn the return keyword. What is the return keyword used in our function? Guys, whenever we are telling that we need to create our user-defined function. So our user-defined function also, it will be classified into two types. Okay. One will be function without argument. Okay, means as of now we are not passing any argument. Okay, in upcoming session we are going to doing the argument. As of now we are also not return anything. Okay, this is also one type. So now we are going to discuss the return keyword. What is the return keyword used in our function? Now my requirement will be I want to return some value. If in the previous session also I'll tell you we don't need to print anything inside the function. Every time we need to set the condition outside of the function. That's why we are using this return keyword. What is the use of this return keyword? Okay, so when our compiler execute the return keyword, the controller will send back to the function call. So first I will build a small logic, then only we can decide what is the use case and what is the advantages of this. Guys, here I am just creating a simple function. Okay, so here I am creating a simple function. So here I just want to print. Okay, so here I am printing hello right. Okay, then after that I just want to return 1 2 3 and sorry, so here I need to pass 1 2 3 means my requirement will be whenever I'm calling this function, after it will be printing my hello world, it needs to be return this value. So guys, we know that whenever we are returning some value, when we are not specify the data, as of now we are passing 3 to 4 value, guys, right? But we know that if you are not specify the collection data, by default it will be converted into our table. Okay, now if I'm trying to call this function, so as of now it only print the hello world, but it will not printing that particular return, because whenever you want to see the output when you are using the return, every time you need to print that function. As of now we are only calling the function. Now my requirement will be I want to know what I return from this sample function. At that time if I'm trying to print this one, so by the help of our built-in function print, here I need to pass my sample and I need to call this function. If I'm not calling, then it will be give the address of my function, but I need to know the return type. Okay, now guys, just see, if I'm trying to run this one, so it will be give me in the form of my table. Just see guys. Okay, now if I'm not returning, still I want to run this one. So in this case, it will be give me output as my none, because it will be not returning anything. Okay. Then after I return means when how the controller will going to work here. First my controller come to my first line. First it will be creating a sample function in my main memory. After it will be not coming inside this function, because still we are not calling that function. So we know that whenever you want to run a function, we must call that function. As of now we are just creating for this first line. After it will be directly come to my fourth line, because here these are my function statement. After here it will be see the sample function call, so it will be directly go to my memory and check is there any sample method or function will created. If this sample function will be finding, then only it needs to come here and it will be start implementing the things. So this is the control flow behind the Python. Okay, so return keyword says that when the compiler execute the return keyword, whenever your compiler, the Python compiler execute this return keyword, it will send back to its function call. Means after it will be executing this, it will be directly come to my function call. When we can return any number of value, means as of now I just pass value. Here if I try to pass a string also, means my return type will be I want to print hello. Now if I'm trying to run this one, means it will also give me the hello, because if I want to return, it will be return any value. complex value, single value, and multi-value also. If you are not passing anything, so it will be form of our table only. Okay, now guys, after I am using this return, still I want to run something. Okay, so here again I just want to print hello again. Okay, now if I'm trying to run this one, it will be not executing that hello. Why? Because now after it return means Python controller send the controller to my function call. Guys, means this four line will be never getting executed. So in this Python, these statements are known as unreachable statements. Means after function, after the execution of return, it will be terminate this function. Okay, so function call take the value from the return keyword. Okay, now we are going to write the notes for this. So the return keyword, so when the compiler executes return keyword. So guys, return is also a keyword. Okay, because in our Python 35 keywords are available. Okay, when the compiler executes the return keyword, the controller means the Python controller will be sent back to function call. Means it will, when you are calling this function, it will be back to its function call. Then the next point we can say that we can return any number of value, any number of value. As of now, we are just seeing that I will be returning from a string, a number also. Okay. Then all value are, all value are stored in the form of tuple. If you are not passing any data type, at that time it will be stored in our tuple. Then the next point, function call takes the value from the return keyword. So how the function will be taking whenever you are using this function call, at that time it will be get the value from this return keyword. Okay, so function call takes the value, take the value from the return keyword. Okay, so these are the main point regarding this return keyword. Also, if I want to adding after return keyword will be getting will be getting executed after if you write. Okay, so after if you write any statement, these statements, these statements, statements are known as unreachable statement. Means we cannot reach there. Every time if you are calling again also, you are not able to reach there. Unreachable statement. There might be chance in your interview, they might be asking, what is unreachable statement? If you are not understood the exact control flow of this Python function, then you are not giving the proper output. Okay, guys, this is all about our return keyword that are available in our Python. Guys, in the previous session, while we are discussing regarding the operator, at that time, I told that in Python, there are 8 types of operator, but we are only discussing 7. One will be left there, there will be called our ternary. Now, after we are completing our return type, okay, now if we are going to discuss, then you can get a clear picture on that. So what is the use case of this ternary operator? Now we are going to see. So now I just want to I want to run a code on that note only. I just need to give you the clarification regarding this ternary operator. Now my requirement will be, I want to write a program to print, okay, number is prime or not. Number is prime number or not. Because we know the concept, that's why to easy for you, I just take the same example. Okay, so here I want to take, but I will be doing this coding in my function, not in my procedural oriented. So here guys, I just need to create a function. to create a function, we are using this prime. Okay, means I am directly passing the prime as my function name. Then it will be taking one argument. That argument says that num, means whatever the number I am getting from the user, I need to take that. Okay, now I just want to implement. So as of now, every time I just want to say you don't need to print anything inside the function. You need to get that particular value and send by through with this return keyword. Okay, so here we are not printing anything inside the function. If you want to print, we are sent back to our function call only. Okay, now here if the number value becoming 1, then only for that case I need to print. Okay, so here I need to run a for loop to generate the number up to what number I'm getting from the user. So here I'm using half of its number. So here I'm taking from starting 2 because already I'm taking number 1. So here I'm passing num floor division 2 because I want up to this number. So here I'm taking num floor division 2 plus 1. After I will find I need to give the indentation. So here I'm checking if the norm modular division element double equal to 0. So if this condition satisfied, we can say that this number will be not becoming a prime number. So at that time here, if I'm using return, what value I need to return means this is a false, guys, means it will be not true. That's why I am directly passing false as my output. So here you don't need to print anything. After this condition will be becoming false, means every iteration will be completed and this condition also becoming false. So after that, here in the previous procedural, I need to write else. But here you don't need to write else. If you are writing the else also, it's fine. Because if this condition not becoming satisfied, then this is a true, means the number is a prime number. If this condition becoming false, here also I don't need to write else. Here I can directly return false only. So as of now, we are just checking each and every condition. Now my requirement will be, I need to take this number but by the help of our ternary operator. So what is the ternary operator? I just want to explain you. So ternary operator is nothing but it is the simplest way to checking the condition. So I just want to give you the syntax. Based on that, you can get a clear picture on that. So for this syntax will be, first we need to give the value. Then here you are using the if condition. Okay guys, so here I'm passing if condition. Then here I need to pass else, means the control flow says that first it will be checking this value. If this value becoming true, so it needs to print this value. Okay, if this condition becoming true, it will be print the left hand value. And if condition means if condition becoming false, it will be print this value. Okay, now we are going to use the same logic here. Okay, as of now we are getting false, true and false also. So now I need to check this number is prime or not. So here I just want to print, because if you want to print that particular thing, so every time we need to call the printing function also. So here I am passing print. Okay. So by the help of our ternary operator says that if you want to print the true condition, we need to write in our left hand side. So here I need to print prime number, because if this condition becoming true, then only I can write. Here I need to pass the condition. So here I need to pass that if my prime value, means here I am calling this function, means if whenever I am calling this one, so it will be give me a value either false or true. If this condition becoming true, it needs to print left hand side. If condition becoming false, at that time here we need to print not prime, means in a single line we can getting that. So now guys, if you see here, we are accepting a argument, but here you are not passing. So here I can directly pass the norm, or you can directly pass the value also. As of now, I just want to pass a value, then we are taking the user input, because every time we need to take the user input. So as of now, prime number is a, so 11 is a prime number. Now here I don't want to pass the direct value. I need to take from the user. So here I am using norm in, so input. So here I need to take enter the number. So I'm getting the number from user. Now I just want to check every time. So means it will be less number of code. As of now, we don't need to write any else part. If I'm passing 62, so this is a not prime. Means here also you don't need to check if this condition becoming satisfied, you need to print. To print in a single line, you are using this ternary operator. Now if my requirement will be, I want to print the number is even or not. So at that time also, if I'm passing this one also, it will be give me. So here I need to pass the true condition I need to write in my left side. So here I'm passing even. So here I need to give the condition. If number modular division double equal to 2 at that time, if this condition becoming false, this left condition need to be satisfied. If condition becoming false at that time, here I need to print odd number. Means to print our execution or output in a single line, we are using this ternary operator. We are discussing more about whenever we are going to implement some more coding on this. Okay, now if I'm passing 8, so it will be giving me even. If I'm changing the user input also, here I am passing 99. So it will give me odd as my output. So this is the use case of our return keyword and the use of our ternary operator. Means every time you just need to focus on that whenever you want to use this ternary, whenever you want to becoming this if else condition and you want to print a single line, at that time you need to use your ternary operator. So guys, as of now, we are completing this one called our function with return keyword. Okay, means we are returning some value. Also here, we are taking some argument, guys, right? So in the upcoming session, we are discussing what is the argument that are available in our Python. So that's all for this session. If you have any doubt, you can directly contact to Try. Thanks for watching Try.